Hello, Moody Scorpio, I am the Q-Star, and it's cringe time. Let's, oof. Alright, so it starts off with this tweet. The girl I like threw away her plastic spoon after she was done eating, so I took it home with me when she wasn't looking. I put it on my board. You can still see the food on it. It still even has smell. So beyond this just being deeply disturbing, I'm afraid of this person's life. Like, it makes me extremely concerned, but I would like to observe one day in their life, and that's the day where they take this thing down and throw it away. Like, I want to see them get to that point, like what finally inspires them to get rid of it. This is gonna be a little double feature of fan interacting with pop idol cringe. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. I'm guessing that like a record label or something like that decided to make some money doing like virtual meetups, but it was a mistake. It was a horrible idea, and you're about to see why.
Hi, so, excuse me, is that Mr. Trey, right?
Yes.
Your full name is Vernon Hansel Trey, right?
Hansel Vernon Trey.
Hansel Vernon Trey, right?
Hansel Vernon Trey.
Okay, you are under arrest for being too hot. You have the right to remain sexy, but everything you say can and will make me blush. So, put your hands in the air and come to kiss me. Thank you for your cooperation.
Dear Lord, oh my god, this man is so fucking uncomfortable. Like, that whole you have the right to remain sexy thing sounds like it's the type of thing that should only exist in text form between Twitter stans in some, like, reply section. It really should never be said out loud, especially to someone you do not know whatsoever. Oh, it's Joe. So, once again, we've got another one of these pop idols. I'm not sure who the fuck thought this was a good idea. Probably somebody very, very business-minded and not actually thinking of how uncomfortable this was gonna be for the artists, but let's check it out.
It's a beautiful night, and I'm looking for something down to do. Do you know what it is? Hey, David, I think I want to marry you. You have two choices. Yes or yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you sure to be my husband? Are you willing to do so? Maybe when my heart breaks.
This should just never happen. Like, I'm not trying to say that it's wrong for teenagers to have a crush on some celebrity idol or whatever, but the two of them should not interact. We are clearly seeing that this was a horrible, horrible mistake that should never be repeated. It's just, oh my fucking god, somebody help me. Oh, this is not a community I knew of, but I am very excited. This is someone's Cars OC named Phoenix. Name, Phoenix. Age, 15. Straight. Bio. Phoenix was contained in a prison cell for 10 years for murdering his two brothers and mother. As soon as he came out, he was enrolled in high school to start his freshman year. With no one to believe in him, he struggles not to go down the same road as before. Open RP. So he murdered his mother and two brothers at the age of 5, and they just let him out. He's good, it's fine, everything's cool. Just put him in a regular high school, nothing will go wrong. You know, I spend a lot of time, maybe too much time, defending furries on this channel. This is a setback for the entire community. I don't even want to explain what's on screen. I will say they're wearing diapers as well, in addition to everything else. Okay, I get a gut feeling that we have seen this post before, but it says blah, and I gotta read it. Women in the metal scene don't like me and won't even speak to me. All I wanted was some dates, but I guess they only get with guys with Blackcraft hoodies and vocalists that go blah. What a shame. All that foo-fa narrative about them being a minority in the metal scene is so untrue. We all know what's going on behind the scenes here. Maybe I have to sell at least 30 local tickets in order to have a decent conversation. Sorry life handed me literally nothing on a silver platter. I despise being treated like a poser. Thanks. Okay, I'm literally just starting out playing live music, but let me know if anybody's experienced in like the metal scene or the metalcore scene. What is going on behind the scenes here? Because I cannot unpeel the conspiracy. What does it have to do with him being treated like a poser and bitches not fucking him and his band not being able to sell tickets? Like, maybe these guys are just hotter and more talented than you. Okay, somehow there's actually nothing not safe for work in this image. Let's just read the text first. Content warning, death grieving. I'm sorry, here's some self-indulgent angst before I destroy my life with Kinktober. After 48 hours of labor, it was too much for one of their babies. So what I've been told is that they're two characters from My Hero Academia, I guess, but one of them is like a human-animal hybrid because they're having babies in a litter, and also they have at least 6 nipples. And it's just like the picture of the ghost baby. Guys, somebody fucking explain. Like, I understand this isn't for me, it's for a very niche community, but just your brain came up with this. Like, somebody's mind came up with this directly to cope. Like, this is clearly an expression of emotion, but why is it coming out this way? Alright, so this gentleman was disappointed with his fan meetup experience here. Cost was $130 for the duo pic. While I was happy to be in the room with them, the distance thing was a shock and not the experience I was expecting. I saw pics of them hugging women, and I did not need to touch them, but standing next to them would have been nice. I kinda understand this man's perspective, you know? Like, I've heard some horrible things about the things that some crazy fans do at fan meetups, and so there are certain protocols in place and stuff, but this literally looks like the two people on the left are taking a picture together, and you're literally, like, off on the side, like, almost like you're not even supposed to be in the picture, like you're accidentally in frame. This is rough. I would be pissed if I paid $130 for this. Alright, the caption for this one was calling this art is an insult to artists, and as a fan of some more extreme music genres, I don't know, I may beg to differ. Let's see what's going on here. This might not be something that, like, I put on in the car with the lads, but I honestly don't mind it that much. The drums are pretty sick. I mean, Slipknot uses, like, trash can, bat stuff for percussion. I think it works. The vocals are like, that might sound crazy to you, but I think the vocals are pretty good. I would be vibing if I were at this show. I cannot fucking lie. Alright, so this is a video of the self-proclaimed king of Portland hyperpop, if that means anything to you. And, yeah, Mbal food court, public place. So yeah, this guy looks to be, like, at best in his late 20s, early 30s, and this is what he's doing in public to try and get famous. I love how the girls in the background are like, is he with somebody? Like, is somebody supposed to be looking after him and taking care of him? Because he looks like a toddler in this moment. I guess this is just some typical guy who wears sandals at the mall type behavior. I don't know. Alright, watch out, guys. We got a Chad moment here. This is my Chad moment. I seriously got these 5 wife-beater wearing, noodle-armed losers to leave by challenging them. Fucking pussies. She's my bartender. She knows me and we're tight as hell. This is my spot and I will not let scrawny fucks try and commandeer my territory. Just slid across the bar and made a hand heart at her, asking for a Coors Light, and she got it from me with a smile. This is better than having a wife. This is my place. These are my people. I am here having a swell time, ready to fight any dipshit motherfucker who tries to be cute. Just called out the cute bartender by name and asked her for a shot of Jameson. Downed the shot with a chaser and gave this group of noodle-armed motherfuckers the death stare while declaring that I'm drinking by myself. No shots for you puny losers. It's Buff Chad hours here. Alright, so I'm like 99.9% sure this is a joke post, but the sad thing is, these are real people that exist in the world. I worked at a restaurant for like 5 years, and there were many dudes at the bar that would just drop crazy cash every single night because they had some weird, like, parasocial relationship with the bartenders. Like, yeah, they might have been friends, but these guys always thought that they were gonna get it to, like, go further, and maybe they would have some extracurricular activity together. Okay, I really don't know how to feel about this yet, so I'm gonna develop feelings as we go along. This guy is the CEO of Hypersocial, CEO of Hypersphere, 3 times college dropout, and he's posting on LinkedIn. This will be the most vulnerable thing I'll ever share. I've gone back and forth whether to post this or not. We just had to lay off a few of our employees. I've seen a lot of layoffs over the last few weeks on LinkedIn. Most of those are due to the economy or for whatever other reason. Ours? My fault. I made a decision in February and stuck with that decision far too long. Now, I know my team will say, we made that decision together, but I led us into it. And because of those failings, I had to do today the toughest thing I've ever had to do. We've always been a people-first business, and we always will be. Days like today, I wish I was a business owner that was only money-driven and didn't care about who he hurt along the way. But I'm not. So I just want people to see that not every CEO out there is cold-hearted and doesn't care when he/she have to lay people off. I'm sure there are hundreds of thousands of others like me, the ones you don't see talked about, because they didn't lay off 50 or 500 or 5,000 employees. They laid off 1, 2, or 3. 1 or 2 or 3 that would still be here if better decisions had been made. I know it isn't professional to tell my employees that I love them, but from the bottom of my heart, I hope they know how much I do. Every single one, every single story, every single thing that makes them smile and every single thing that makes them cry. Their families, their friends, their hobbies. I've always hired people based on who they are as people. People with great hearts and great souls. I can't think of a lower moment than this. And then there's just this picture of him crying. Guys, I don't know if I should, feel... Now, I'm not trying to say that this dude's emotions aren't real. I can believe that he cried about it, but, I can think of a couple people whose lives might be more impacted by this. So, yeah, the employees were gonna have to explain to their kids why they're eating ice sandwiches for the next 6 months. I don't know. It just feels very, virtue signally of, oh, I'm a CEO with a heart. I wish that I was one of those guys who only cared about money, but, it's all about the people. I tell my employees that I love them and I kiss them on the forehead before they leave every day and I give them a little cookie and a square triangle sandwich. I think I had a stroke at the end of that, but yeah, this guy, he knows what he's doing, he knows his audience. The other CEOs out there are probably gonna eat this shit up in a second. So, if you haven't noticed, I've been gone for a little bit. I've been trying to do, a little lifestyle change, trying to hit the gym and get my eating, my sleep in better order, just to feel better and be, a functional human being. My life's a little bit of a disaster. Nothing bad ever fucking happens to me, but I'm just, a little bit of a mess just by standard as a human being. So I'm trying to fix that up a little bit. I appreciate you guys being super patient and cool as always. You are the best. I hope you're taking taking care of yourself and the people around you, you know, drinking your water and skating on to the best of your abilities. I am going to use this opportunity to give one final shout out verbally to the final channel members that were part of the thing when I was still doing the outros. Hannah, Matthew Kendall, Caitlin, Beth the Dork, Ashton Jacobson, June, Mega Mander, Alicia, Catco, Kennedy DeSilvis, Tapey, Hyper Ninja Child, Jared D, Regrettable Stitches, Allison B, Fiona Fox, Kaya Bay, and Brittany, as well as everyone else you see on your screen. They're top tier channel members. I honestly don't even know who all the channel members are now since I deleted that one tier, but everybody here is awesome. They were supporting for a long time and I appreciate it a lot. Take it easy, guys. Peace out, Cub Scouts.